Yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy Steezy, and if you guys are new to the channel, behind me is my 2008 335i BMW. As you guys can tell, it's fully modified. It's nowhere near close to stock. But if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Steezy, and I do a whole bunch of different car content, such as edits, installs, and I have a series of different builds that I've done throughout the years. So if you guys are new, go check out my builds. Right now is my current build. It's the 335i BMW. And it's funny to me because I was thinking the other day, I've loved all the builds and cars that I've owned, but this one in particular has a spot in my heart just because it's probably been the most fun car I've owned, just because I've owned it for 2 years. It's the longest car I've owned, and I've invested so much time and money into it, and it really got me thinking how much money I've really invested into this car, because I really never broke it down. I've had an idea of how much money I've spent on it, but I've never written every single modification down, all the interior, exterior, all the engine parts, and everything that just really makes it this car. And honestly guys, this was my dream vision of when I first got this car. I wanted it to be satin black. I wanted it to be full bolt-ons, pushing good amount of power, hearing the turbo spool, just get that good adrenaline rush every time I drive it. It handles so well, and I absolutely love this car, guys. And today I'm going to be going ahead and listing all the modifications and parts that I've invested into this car, and just give you guys a rough estimate how much money it would be to put in a BMW like this, to get it looking like this and performing like this. So right now I'm going to do a full walk around on all the modifications I have on my BMW build, so you guys can get visual representations of all the parts that I'm talking about, and you guys can just add up all the totals with me. I've never made a video like this on one of my builds, so I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get to adding up this money I spent. Let's go. So the very first thing I'm going to start off with that makes my BMW very unique, that a lot of 335i's don't have, is the bumper. The front bumper that I have is a 1M front bumper from a BMW that's like retrofitted to fit the 335i's, and I absolutely love this front bumper, and I thought it would look really dope on my 335i build because not that many people have this bumper. A lot of 335i owners go the M3 route and get the M3 front bumper or the M Sport front bumper or the M Ford front bumper. I wanted to be different and have my 335i look steezy and stand out, so I went ahead and ordered the 1M front bumper. I think this is like one of the first modifications I did other than the wheels and exhaust. Like this was my first like real exterior modifications that really made it stand out. So the first modification we're gonna have on this list is gonna be the 1M front bumper, and that cost me $1,400. The second modification we're gonna have on this list is the Avery vinyl wrap in satin black, and shout out to my boy David Dawson. I'm gonna have his Instagram right here on the screen. You guys gotta go check out my boy. He does a whole bunch of vinyl work and he has his own builds, and he did an amazing job on my BMW, and we did this just in my front driveway, guys, and he did an absolute beautiful job. This wrap has lasted me so long. I think I've had this wrap a little over a year now, and it is looking so good. So shout out to my boy David, and this set me back $1,400, but that is because my boy David gave me a homie discount, and plus this Avery vinyl wrap is not cheap, guys. This is like one of the best vinyl wraps you can get on the market. Another big modification that you first see when you look at my build is the Rohana RC10 wheels, and these cost me $1,400, not including the tires, but I'm not going to include the tires on this build. I absolutely love these wheels, but I think it's time for a new wheel setup just because I've had these for so long, even when it wasn't wrapped. So new wheels coming soon, guys, maybe, hopefully, I don't know. I've been really trying to decide. If you guys check out behind the Rohana RC10s, you can see the R1 concept slotted and drilled rotors, and I went ahead and painted the calipers in like this space gray to match the paint at the time, and has this M logo badge. I don't really know where I got that, but I thought it'd look really nice and add some detail, and I think it looks great, guys, especially with this wheel combo. These slotted and drilled rotors cost me $330, and that's not including the paint and that little badge. I think the badge was like 20 bucks, but yeah, absolutely loving these brakes. Have handled so well. So I have tons of carbon fiber pieces on my BMW, so I'm just going to go over all the carbon pieces on the exterior, and then we'll move to the interior. So first off, I have this carbon fiber front splitter that's just been kind of destroyed. It's still hanging in there on this last life, but I absolutely love this carbon fiber front splitter for this 1M front bumper. I think it looks very aggressive and very unique because not that many people run this front splitter, so I really love it. As we move to the rear, I have a carbon fiber spoiler that's kind of fading. I need a new one, but it still looks nice. And then a carbon fiber rear diffuser from my M Sport rear bumper, and that's what we're going to move on to right now. So when I first bought this BMW, I really wanted to look aggressive, and when you look at it, you're just like, damn, that is a nice BMW. So when I first bought the car, I went online and looked at all different options of things I could get for it to make it look aggressive and like really fit my style. And I saw the M Sport bumper on a whole bunch of different builds with the carbon fiber rear diffuser, and I was like, I absolutely need to get that, so when I'm gapping other people, they can see a nice booty when I'm passing by. No, I'm just playing, guys. I absolutely love this rear bumper, and it just looks so aggressive from all angles. Give it a little love tap. So starting with the carbon fiber parts, I spent $250 on the carbon fiber rear diffuser, $200 on the carbon fiber front splitter, and then $125 on the carbon fiber spoiler. And then the M Sport rear bumper cost me $420. If you guys are wanting some BMW parts, go hit up ECS Tuning on Instagram. Go check out their website or hit me up on Instagram. So moving on to one of my favorite things on my BMW build is going to be the interior, and that's just because as a driver, you're going to be spending majority of your time in your car. So the very first thing you see is my custom steering wheel from Azza Auto Wheel, and this is a company I work with. So if you guys are looking to get a new custom steering wheel, you can customize it any way you want, starting with the racing stripe color that you have on top of the steering wheel, the flat bottom, and the aggressive edges on the steering wheel, which is super beefed up than the OEM one, and just feels super nice when you're driving. And this definitely gives you a whole different experience when you're driving. This was probably one of my favorite mods I have ever done. So depending on what options you get on your steering wheel and how you spec it out, it's all going to range in different prices. But for my case, I spent $420 on my custom steering wheel, and I completely spec'd it out, got to choose all the different things I wanted on the steering wheel, and I went ahead and ordered it and bought it. So if you guys don't have an upgraded steering wheel and you guys want a different driving experience and feel more connected with your car, I definitely recommend getting one of these steering wheels. Check out Azza Auto Wheels Instagram. I'm gonna have it right here on the screen, and just go check out the work. The work speaks for itself, so go check that out, guys. Also in the interior that I can't really show you, but I can show you this adapter. It is tuned by MHD Tuning. It's a stage 2 flash, and you pretty much just plug into your ECU. It's like the easiest tune that you can get for these BMWs and get like crazy horsepower with just a tune. I usually have a Vader clip right here from Vader Solutions, and what they provide is like clips that are specifically made by them that goes behind this trim. And go ahead and put an Android tablet right here so you can see all your MHD tuning gauges and stuff, and be monitoring your everything, pretty much everything you can monitor with the MHD tuning app. And yeah, guys, that's really nice. I don't have it in right now because when I went ahead and painted this, I didn't put the clip back in because I think I'm going to be getting another solution, maybe get a mount down here or something, just not so it's all in the way. But I did really enjoy that clip when I did have it installed at the time. But yeah, guys, if you guys are looking to get a tune for your BMW, hit me up on Instagram. I am affiliated with MHD Tuning, and we can see what we get worked out with you, and I can help you with questions and everything like that installing. But I do have a video of me tuning this BMW, so check out the link in the description below. I had to go ahead and source all these parts so that I could get rid of the wood grain, because it really was throwing off the color scheme on my satin black BMW, especially with the M stitching, the M colors right here, and the blue racing stripe. It just didn't look so good with the wood grain. So I went ahead and painted just right here this interior piece, and ordered some carbon fiber pieces off of eBay to really just make it stand out and make it not look so bland. I absolutely love this, and it looks a lot nicer than the wood grain did. And just have carbon fiber pieces everywhere. And I have different videos, guys, on all these parts that I'm listing. So if you guys want to see how I did this and all the parts that I got, it's going to be in the description below of all those videos, and you guys can go take a look at that. And of course, we have the car seat mod for my son. This has like 100 horsepower. Guys, go look it up on the forums. I am not capping, no lying. 100 horsepower with the car seat. So moving on to the engine. Pop this thing right open. Yep. As you can tell, it is not stock. The very first thing you're probably going to notice is going to be the dual intakes from Burger Motorsport, and these cost me $120. And right below it is going to be the VRSF charge pipe, and that cost me $180. And if you go down to this side, I'm not sure if you could see down there, but that is going to be the VRSF downpipes, and that cost me $330. And it's probably honestly one of the best mods you can do for these 335i's if you really want to open up those turbos and gain like an extra 40 wheel horsepower and hear your turbos spool up. So I definitely recommend the VRSF downpipes. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is list all the modifications and parts that I have done that you're usually going to have to do with these old 335i's, and I'm going to add it into the mod list just because it was pretty pricey, and it's good for you guys to know if you guys are thinking about about buying one of these 335i's. And the first thing I did when I first bought this car was actually get a valve cover gasket kit, which cost me $200. I got a transmission service kit, which cost me $300, and then a brand new alternator right here, which cost me $140. 2 pairs of NGK spark plugs, step 1 colder, step 2 colder. That cost me each $100 for the set of each spark plugs. The other thing I had to do was replace the water pump, and I had to buy a kit which cost me $400. And as you guys can see down there, I have brand new control arms under there because they were like squeaking and just did not feel good when I was driving. I had to replace the right one, but I went ahead and bought a pair so that this side wanted to do the exact same thing. So I have brand new control arms, as you guys can see down there. Adding up all the engine modifications for my N54 motor and all the maintenance for my motor, it cost me around close to $3,000 for all the modifications and the maintenance. And that's probably me forgetting a lot of parts too, guys, honestly. I've owned this car for like 2 years now, and there's been a lot of parts that I just totally forgot about, just because, you know, as time goes on, you just forget all the parts you buy for your builds, honestly. So there you guys have it. That is my build breakdown on my BMW build. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys right now, I spent over $10,000 with modifications and maintenance of owning this car. I spent over $6,000 on exterior, over $1,200 on engine modifications, over $1,000 on interior, and then close to $2,000 with maintenance. And that is not including all the stuff I forgot, all the labor. And yeah, guys, if you guys are thinking about owning a BMW and modifying it like that, here's just a reference of how much it's gonna cost you and how much I have spent on this BMW build. And that is not including sponsorships, because I am sponsored by VRSF, I'm sponsored by Ozza Auto Wheel, and I'm sponsored by MHD Tuning. So that is not including those sponsorship deals. So if you guys are looking for a BMW or already own a 335i BMW, I hope this video can inspire you to start modifying your BMW and start making it your own, start getting all the parts, and just get to installing parts, guys. And if you guys want to go check out my other videos, I have all the videos on the installs on this BMW, all the interior, exterior, the engine mods, everything is documented on my BMW. And yeah, guys, I'm going to be creating a whole bunch of new BMW car content and start showing this BMW the love it deserves. But I hope I earned you guys' likes. But you guys already know what it is. We out here. Peace.
Now I step on the scene with my whole fucking team. Been taking it back to the basics. Now I whip in a beam and I'm living my dream. Came up from wearing polo and K-Swiss, and that bitch for the team. Send her back to the streets, to the same place that she came from. Yeah. And my bitch giving brain till she go down. Said he fucking my whole nigga, which one? Now I step on the scene with my whole fucking team. Been taking it back to the basics. Now I whip in a beam and I'm living my dream. Came up from wearing polo and